Welcome to INCA TV. Now I'm pleased to be joined by Nigel King of Cambium Networks. Nigel, thank you for joining me today. Now, Cambium Wireless Networks. What's your involvement in the UK's digital infrastructure?
So there are about 150 WISPs in the UK that provide broadband access to people, usually super fast, some people 100 megs, some people a gigabit. And what Cambium does is to supply the products. So Cambium's a UK company, we develop in Ashburton, and we are, as a consequence, fundamentally interested in the UK market. Having said that, we deliver to 160 countries of the world, so we have a global perspective as well on wireless delivery.
So what's your take on the UK landscape? I mean, because it's changing. There's political changes, there's local government changes, central government. What effect is that having?
So the major change this year has actually been done by Ofcom. From a year ago, I was really disappointed by Ofcom. They were allowing spectrum to be unused in the rural areas. But this has changed now, and the new sharing program which Ofcom have put out completely changes. As David Burns of UK Whisper said, it's a game changer for the UK WISP because now the WISP can have higher power and better penetration through trees to deliver broadband service in the UK. The worry, on the other hand, I have is that the government money going into infrastructure in the UK, broadband infrastructure, is very, very biased towards fibre. And we need to make sure that it isn't only fibre, because when we talk about the million people who are currently don't have any access to super fast broadband, they are in the difficult places to reach, and the only economic way of reaching them is via wireless.
So you mentioned wireless is a comparable technology to fibre in certain circumstances. How?
So when there's enough bandwidth, radio bandwidth available, then wireless can deliver the same speeds as fibre can. Today, a gigabit is quite common, and it depends upon the frequency. It depends what the operator is allowed to use and what equipment is available to him. But there's no fundamental problem for wireless to be delivering the same speeds and the same latencies as fibre does. In fact, interestingly, for trading, wireless is the preferred method of delivery because glass is too slow.
Interesting, but what about the cost comparisons?
So the cost comparison is dramatically in favour of wireless. Not because the wireless product is necessarily particularly cheaper than the end product or even the glass for fibre, but what you don't have is the digging cost and the trenching through miles and miles of road or even fields in Barnes' case. Just makes fibre incredibly expensive by comparison.
So why do we still favour fibre?
So fibre will be the long-term right network for the UK. There's no doubt about that. It's just a question of the speed at which it can be delivered. Boris obviously wants it to be delivered by 2025. This may turn out to be impractical because of the number of people digging roads and the like, and actually maybe the country would be too upset by the number of roads being dug up simultaneously. So fibre will be right because it's a long-term solution for the connection between the exchange and the home. The end equipment will change over periods of time, but we only need to dig the roads once. And So fibre will replace copper as the preferred method of connecting houses to the electronic world.
So what's the challenge for Cambium, for your growth in this changing landscape?
It is a very much a changing landscape, and because we deliver to 160 countries currently, every country is different. So if I take, for example, Italy has our biggest customer in the world, and that happens to be because all of the other providers are providing very slow service. They don't have super fast in Italy. And so because every country is different, then the progression of wireless around the world leaves us with a progressive marketplace. I think that's
Sort of covers it, doesn't
Yeah.
it? Well, these are interesting times, and thank you for talking to me.
Thank you.